So, you're moving to Whiteman or you're PCSing to Warrensburg and you're seriously doubting your decision, like, why am I doing this? Well, today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why I moved to Warrensburg. Eva Clark here with Next Door Agents. Make sure that you like and subscribe down below. There's a little button so that you can get notified every single time we make a video, and we make a new video every single week. Also, we get so many calls and emails and texts from people who are moving here or PCSing to Whiteman, and we love it. Definitely don't stop. Our contact information is right below. So if you're moving to Warrensburg or you're PCSing to Whiteman, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. So today, we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why I moved to Warrensburg. And this is, to start off, a little personal story. I was raised mainly in California, but kind of all over the US. And when I was pregnant with my first child, I really thought about where I wanted to live and where I wanted to raise my kids. And ultimately, I decided on Warrensburg, and I'm going to tell you why. Starting with number 5. So number 5 is distance. Now, for anyone who's ever commuted an hour, or for example, you live in Hollywood and you drive down to Venice and it takes you 2.5 hours or maybe 3 because you get stuck in traffic, you know that distance is just very important. It sucks to be stuck in a car forever. It just sucks. Or say you need to get some groceries and you have to drive 45 minutes. It's just no fun. So the great thing about Warrensburg is that everything is 10 minutes away. And this sounds like it's not that important, but once you don't stay in a car for, 2 hours a day on a commute, you realize how much time you have and how much time to experience new things and spend more time with your kids and your family and your dogs, or, learning how to paint or take a pottery class. Driving is a big thing, so distance. Everything in Warrensburg is about 10 minutes away. So you have so much of this time that you can kind of take your life back and just spend it on much more pleasurable things than sitting in traffic. And this leads me right down to number 4, which is things to do. There's actually a surprisingly large amount of things to do in Warrensburg. This town is very diverse. For example, you have the University of Central Missouri, and you can take a pottery class, a dance class. You can take opera singing classes. You can take drawing classes. You can learn about economics. You can take a writing class. So there's so many things that you can do at the university and so many things that you can experience just by taking a class, and the classes aren't very expensive. But wait, there's more. There's also archery and there's falconry. Our town has falconry. There's horseback riding, there's 4-H, there's gymnastics, there's gyms, there's so many different church groups and church programs. There's after-school programs. There's just so much in this town, it almost makes me dizzy when I try to list it all out. So really, there's just so many opportunities for you to experience new things and meet new people when you experience new things. Because you know what? As an adult, having kids, sometimes it can be really hard to reach out and connect to other parents because we're so busy. And all the great things in this town really give you those opportunities and help you with that. Help me with that. Number 3 is really the housing market. And I really thought about where to buy a house when I was looking to move here, because our housing market is incredible. And I know you can just be like, well, isn't every housing market incredible, Eva? Well, no, not so much. Let me tell you why Warrensburg is special. We move about $208 million of real estate per year. $208 million. Lawrence, Kansas, which has over double our population, only moves half that. We move bank in this town. And that's because you have the University of Central Missouri and you have Whiteman Air Force Base. So you have students and investors coming in and purchasing property and renting it out. And then you also have airmen and military personnel PCSing in and looking to live off base. So we just have this awesome mix of people coming into Warrensburg, purchasing houses, fixing them up and selling them, and it's constant. It's on basically like a 3-year cycle. So when you buy a home in Warrensburg, if you take care of it or even put a little sweat equity into it, you are going to be able to sell it and probably make a profit. That's how great our housing market is. So I wanted to buy a house in this market, and I did. I bought a wonderful, adorable little house, pretty close to university, and I purchased it for $168,000. I lived in it for 4 years, and I resold it for $238,000. I made bank on that house. Gotta love our housing market. So Warrensburg is really, really, really a great housing market. We are moving on to number 2, and that is the friendly people in the Midwest. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's true. The people here are awesome. People in the Midwest, they're legitimately friendly, not just fake friendly. For example, this one time I was towing a boat and my trailer hitch broke, and I kid you not, I was on the side of the road, me and my amazing friend Sadie, we were stuck thinking what we were gonna do, and these 2 super nice old gentlemen in a farm truck drove up. Not only did they take the trailer, they took the boat off, they took the hitch off, they went to their barn and they re-metaled it with like a blowtorch and a hammer. They put the hitch back on, and then they hooked our boat up to it for nothing. Oh, and they gave us muffins. Their wives gave us muffins for free. So listen, people in the Midwest are legitimately kind and caring, and they just want to help you because they're nice people. Oh, this other story, my lawnmower broke and I was halfway through mowing my lawn, and this really super nice gentleman from the gym who I knew but didn't know very well, his wife called and said, "Hey, my husband's bringing over a lawnmower you can borrow." And then he mowed it himself. He didn't even let me mow it. So people in the Midwest, so nice. So if you're from maybe the East Coast or the West Coast and you're used to a more like brisk, blunt personality, you may have to actually get used to the open friendliness that you find here, because it's very sincere and it's just wonderful. Some really great examples of this are, I can go to downtown Warrensburg and walk into Myers Market or Brown Shoes, and the owners are there and they know my name and they ask me how I'm doing. They know the names of my kids. I know the names of their kids. So everyone is kind of very supportive of each other. I can go into the local grocery store and maybe I'll see the lady that works at my bank, or maybe I'll see my pediatrician. Everyone's very friendly and everyone's very close. So you really have that small town feel, but the town is big enough that you're not in everyone else's business. We have so many small businesses here. So when I purchase local beef, I know who the farmer is. I know his wife. I am actually probably selling her house right now. I actually am. When I buy honey at the farmer's market Wednesday evenings, I know the beekeepers. I know what areas their bees are on, so I kind of know what the honey's gonna taste like. I know all of the money that I spend in these local shops. I know it's going to support actual families that I actually know, not just some like giant corporation. So you have this really close-knit community of people who support each other in Warrensburg and really work and strive together as a community to make everything better. We are down to number 1, the number 1 reason why I moved to Warrensburg. And really kind of all of the things I've talked about wrap into this last one, and that's just community. The community in Warrensburg is wonderful. Whether you're part of a gym, whether you're part of a church, whether you're part of the university or Whiteman, the community here is just great. So if you're used to that distance that you find, in California, in New York, in big cities like Dallas or Houston, Texas, where you could go into the same store for 6 months and never see the same people, that's not what you're gonna find here. You're gonna find here things like you get to know your neighbors, you know their names, you know who their kids are. You see your doctors at the grocery stores and you say hi. There's a very close-knit community in Warrensburg, Missouri, and that is the number 1 reason why I moved here, because I wanted to be a part of it. There you go, that's all she wrote. If you liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below and click that little button that gives you a notification every time we make a video, because we make a video every single week on everything about Warrensburg, Missouri. And we get so many calls and emails and texts from people who are moving here or PCS into Whiteman, and we love it, so don't stop. Give us a call if you're moving here, if you're PCS in Whiteman. We'd love to help you out. Have a great day.